Buongiorno, everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
We didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to really give you a taste of Florence. And there's so much to do here, so much to see and eat. So we're going to have to probably break this up amongst a couple of vlogs. But we're going to start with this one, which is taking you to what we think are perhaps the top sites you need to see when you're here in Florence. And tell them, Crystal, what are we going to see today?
Right, so Florence is known for great architecture, great art, and of course, history. So we're going to check out a few of each of those today. We're going to start with the Duomo, and then we're going to head over to the Pitti Palace, which was owned by the Medici family.
Very important family.
And then we're going to head over to the Boboli Gardens, which is adjacent to the Pitti Palace, or connected with. It was all kind of one.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go up to the Michelangelo Square, or Piazzale Michelangelo, and get a great view of the city of Florence from above.
Beautiful.
You don't want to miss that, so definitely stick around for that.
Beautiful.
And after that, we're going to take you to see the one, the only, the David.
Oh,
Michelangelo's David in the Accademia Gallery.
That's true. It's a big tourist attraction here. Now, there's going to be some replicas around town, so don't be thrown by that. The original David is going to be in the Accademia di Galleria. I don't know if there's a D in there. I'm still working on my Italian. But anyway, we're going to start off with the Duomo. It is really called the Cathedral of Florence now, but it's also called the Cathedral de Santa Maria di Fiore, right?
That's right.
Or for English-speaking people, St. Mary of the Flowers, which the flower, if you know, is the symbol of Florence. It's a very specific red flower. Anyway, a lot of wonderful history, and we're going to capture all of it in this vlog for you. So let's go.
Let's go.
We are Crystal and Terry, and in the spring of 2021, we decided to leave our full-time jobs and dedicate 1 year of our life to full-time travel. Since then, we've been driving all around the US and have had some really great adventures. But now, it's time for a change.
For the next several months, we will be exploring some of the great sights and cities of Italy. We are very excited about this next chapter in our lives, and we hope that you'll subscribe to our channel and join us
as we leave the life we've always known to live the life of our dreams.
If you've ever been a part of a renovation or construction project that you thought went a little too long, let me tell you about this cathedral. They started constructing this cathedral in about 1290, I believe 1293. They knew they wanted a large domed structure to be the roof of the cathedral. But at that time, nobody really had the expertise or the technology to build a dome of that size. So they continued to construct it anyway. Now, you may know that it is Filippo Brunelleschi who is the man that ultimately comes up with the design and the ability to build this very famous dome structure. But by the time Brunelleschi is born, they had already been constructing this church for 80 years. You get that? They'd already been building this thing for 80 years before the guy who's going to finish it is even born. He actually has to win a citywide competition as a young man in order to get the job. Gets the job, starts it in 1420, and I think finishes it about 1436. 140 years from the time they started constructing before they actually finished it. Amazing. And now it's been over 580 years later, and this cathedral is still, I believe, the third largest cathedral in the world, next to St. Peter's in Rome and St. John in England, and still boasts that it has the largest masonry dome in the world. So 140 plus years to construct, and now standing as a major tourist attraction for the last 500 plus years. I guess if something's worth doing, then it's worth waiting to do it correctly. When you go visit the Pitti Palace in Florence, you're going to hear a lot about the 3 dynasties that lived in this place over many hundreds of years. The first and most prominent would be the Medicis, followed by the Habsburg Lorraines, and then, of course, the House of Savoy. But you may wonder, why is it called the Pitti Palace? The original owner is a guy named Luca Pitti. He's a very wealthy Florentine banker of that time, and I think he purchased this property, started building it in the mid-1400s. Then he passes away about 1470, 73, and the construction stops. I mean, it was mostly done. It was livable. His family actually continued to live there until the mid-1500s. They fell in some hard times financially, and that's when they sold it to Cosimo de' Medici and Eleonora de Toledo. And so the Medicis move in. Overall, the Pitti Palace is an amazing thing. Massive museum. Many types of artwork are displayed throughout the entire palace, and I would say it is well worth a visit. So do yourself a favor. Check out the Boboli Gardens and the Pitti Palace the next time you're in Florence. We also found this incredible statue, which I think depicts what would happen if I had a child, and the day that child realized I was its father, this is what it would look like.
The Boboli Gardens, which span over 110 acres, got its start in the 15th century and was a work in progress until the 19th century, when the property was greatly expanded by the Medici family. Today, you can still see the exquisite architecture of this beautiful green space. From the amphitheater that was subsequently created by the excavation of stone to complete the Pitti Palace, to the spectacular water features and walkways lined with life-size Renaissance statues, the Boboli Gardens is the perfect place to slow down and enjoy Florentine architecture of a different kind.
Krista wanted to come down this cypress alley to see the beautiful fountain, but now we have to go back. What do you think about that?
It's a big hill.
So the cool thing about these gardens, and most European gardens, is that they have the grand landscapes, you know, like the amphitheaters, the big fountains, which are kind of like large public spaces. But then they have all these tiny little trails weaving in and out through the whole park. Well, I say park, but garden. And the cool thing about taking these little trails is that sometimes you stumble across really cool stuff, like this great staircase, and we've seen numerous statues and carvings and things like that that are out here as well. So I think it's pretty neat. Let's keep going.
Finished up our tour of the Pitti Palace and the Boboli Gardens. I would have to say I enjoyed the Pitti Palace the most, just because I'm really falling in love with the artwork of well, I guess Europe, but especially Italy. The sculptures and the paintings, a lot of the paintings. What do you think about this place?
Well, I loved it, but unfortunately there were two exhibits that I particularly wanted to see, which was in the Museum of Modern Art, was the fashion design exhibit, and that was closed because they were redoing the exhibit, and so it was, they were in the middle of fixing it up.
Yeah.
And then the other one were the apartments.
Ooh,
that's where the Medici family actually lived, and it had all their the bedrooms made up, and the sitting rooms
and TVs and okay, they probably didn't have that stuff. It was amazing, and it was a beautiful place, and if you're in the Florence area, I would highly recommend coming. You get a ticket to the Pitti Palace, and then the Boboli Gardens are right behind it.
Yep.
So it's all just easily accessible with one big ticket. So I would definitely do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
So now we have ventured over to the Piazzale Michelangelo, basically a very large park sitting atop Florence, dedicated to the memory of Michelangelo. It has a lot of water features, and yes, there are some steps involved, as usual in Italy, but it's a beautiful place, wonderful views of the city of Florence as well as the river below. So let's go take a look. Here in the Michelangelo Park is a structure of the David. How many statues of the David do you think we've seen thus far since being in Florence?
Well, 3 actual ones, and then
3.
like a million
Well,
little replicas in the souvenir shops.
Right, but we've seen 3 large renditions of the David, and have we seen the actual original David sculpted by Michelangelo?
No.
No, we have not. Where is that at?
That's at the Academy Gallery.
Academy Gallery.
Academia.
It's down the street from the Duomo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and are we going to go see it?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be going there in 3 days.
So as we put all of this together of Florence, I will make sure to highlight when we see the actual, original, true David. And so far, this park is a beautiful park. It's an Instagrammer's heaven. So many people getting their little selfies. I mean, we did too, but we're YouTubers, we're not Instagrammers. So that's a whole different thing. But it's a beautiful place. It's actually a great day, believe it or not. Still in January, a little cool, but the sun makes it so much nicer.
The sun makes it really beautiful.
They
also said it's a great spot for sunset, which
we're
not going to be here till sunset. But
no, we can't last that long.
Yeah.
But I could see where it would be because the sun's going to go down over there. Yeah. Anyway, highly recommend it just for a day of relaxing, taking it easy. Of course, get your selfies, but then put the camera away and enjoy the day like we're getting ready to do right now.
That's right. We'll see you at the Academia.
Yeah.